How's it going? Welcome back to another video on the Here's Craic YouTube channel.
Another video?
We'll just get straight into it. We want our money back, essentially. That was shocking.
Absolute disgrace.
It was actually so bad. I fell asleep.
Well, that was expected.
We were relatively hyped. I'm not gonna lie. Like last week, we done maybe talked in this for about 15 minutes about how actually quite excited we were to watch this fight, and last night came about, and last night went, and oh my gosh, it was just a shambles from start to finish.
It was doomed from the start. Just the way it was produced and the whole way they went about it, it was fucking terrible.
I feel like nobody wanted to be there apart from Snoop Dogg. You're very Pete Davidson just taking the absolute piss with it. It's just he's like, I'm only here because it was paid, and you're just like, at least try.
See, whenever they brought in Ric Flair to do the slapping,
what the fuck
what
was
the
that?
heck was
Why
that?
was it slapping and all? I was just
Why was that necessary? And Pete Davidson was just standing behind going
that was so
what the
awkward.
heck am I involved with? It's like a child's birthday party.
Yeah, because it was there was one fight, and then there's performances and all, and you're sort of just when is this fight happening? And then next thing there was this slapping competition, and you're just like, what is going on?
Performances were so long too.
I know.
Your girl at the
forever.
start, I'm sorry, your girl's
Jesus.
Who
so
was it?
sweetie.
Was it Sweetie or Shotty or what do you call
Oh
it?
my gosh, she was
She's already
horrible.
done about her whole album on the fucking
She
show,
didn't even
And
sing.
didn't even move her mouth.
No, they were playing her song over the speaker, and she was just literally not even trying to mouth it.
She was just shaking all her bits and pieces
Yeah,
about it.
I know.
Jiggle jiggle.
She was just
Jiggle,
dancing to
jiggle.
her own song in front of nobody.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg was in the corner hyping her up.
He's like, yeah.
He must have smoked about half a fucking
Man,
kilo of
it's
weed. Holy
always
fuck.
smoking. He doesn't never not have a joint in his hand.
But Pete Davidson coming in and being we're in the dressing room, and this is probably the lowest point for boxing.
Yeah.
It's Jake Paul boxing. I don't know these two people or something along the lines that there. It's it just goes to show you that when you have money, anything's possible. What was he saying? PewDiePie's going to become a heart surgeon.
No, he goes it just shows you if you've a load of followers, anything is possible. He's next thing PewDiePie will be curing cancer, and Dixie D'Amelio will be
Surgeon,
Oh,
wasn't
Did you see them two standing in the ring? They got in the one towards the fight before Jake Paul's fight. They just appeared out of thin air in the ring with just holding the belt two wee school children, as if they were taking
So
a
out of
photo.
place.
And at one stage, then the guy who won, they went over and we're basically going to present the belt to the guy who lost the fight.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, "That's the wrong guy." So then you seen them awkwardly walk over with the two of them with a bit. It was what?
So awkward though. You could tell they're just kids.
The
They
whole
didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
the
there.
whole thing was awkward. All the interviews and all were so awkward.
It was so badly put together.
Going into talk to Jake Paul and Ben Askren and all, and you're just like, oh my god.
It just seemed to be they had no clue what was going on. They literally just winged the whole thing. But moving away from the actual the entertainment end of it, the fight. What in under God's name was it?
The best part was Ben Askren coming out with the sign.
Yeah, did you see that part? Literally, you know the walkout,
Yeah.
right? You know the way I always think when you watch back at the likes of McGregor walking out,
Yeah.
or even if you watch Creed, the movie,
Michael
him
B.
walking
Jordan.
out, Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
and literally this
All these
dodgy
hype.
ass song came on. Ben
Was there even a
Askren
song? Did he play
Yeah,
a song?
they did. It was some weird. I don't know what song it was, but literally Ben Askren walked out, and there was a guy in front of him holding a cardboard sign which read on it, "Hi, I'm Ben Askren."
It was written in Sharpie too. It was.
He just done it there and then.
Yeah.
What?
And Ben just walked out as if.
But they got his name. They got his name wrong. The guy in the ring got his name wrong. They
What
were
is
like,
it?
"Weighing in from Minnesota, Ben Askren." Out there, you just seen him go, "What?"
He's
it
a
was.
professional announcer, isn't he?
Yeah,
He is, yeah.
But getting into the actual fight, this is why I say, we stayed up, for one in the UK, watching it.
Oh
We
my
weren't in
God.
bed till 6:30,
I couldn't stay up.
and
for the whole
It
thing.
wasn't a long fight,
me and him were sitting watching it. This is what literally you've waited up the whole night for. And to be fair, jokes on us for doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my God, he hopped in the ring, and this was the whole hype where everybody was like, Ben Askren's going to get in here. He may not beat him, but he'll definitely swallow a few punches. Literally, the first decent shot he took, he got downed. That was it.
Ben Askren just didn't look like he wanted to be there at all.
He
It's
just
rigged. It's rigged.
had to be.
Has
It
to
had
be.
Like
to
last week we were talking about it, and we were sort of like, oh, Ben Askren has to win. But then as the week went on and the stuff you seen coming out, you were really a bit like, I genuinely don't think he's trying here. Like, I don't think he really cares about this. No? Like, he just didn't seem
What
to
did he get
take
paid?
it seriously.
Over $500,000.
I think he said
$500,000,
close to $1 million, did he not?
Did you see
for a minute and
I'd
30
say it
seconds.
was. Like,
Not even a minute.
sure, like
One
It
hit.
was like 40 seconds.
I'd say it was close to $1 million.
But a lot of people now are coming on, all these like sort of people who psychoanalyze everything were coming on and basically saying that the reason why it got ended so quick was whenever you get like knocked down in UFC, I think the ref just allows it, like as long as you say yeah I'm good, allows you to continue.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were saying he got knocked down and then you can see him getting back up again and he was wee bit wobbly, but then you just seen him as if like he just stiffened up and they were like he's focusing on Jake Paul, but the referee was like are you okay? And people are convinced that because he was so focused on Jake Paul, I think in boxing you have to like touch, like put your gloves out to the ref to sort of say like yeah I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He was just in the fighting stance, so the ref just thought he's dazed.
I don't think he cared.
But
He
no
didn't
way.
seem to give a
But
fuck.
it nearly looked like whenever he went to go around the ref, it looked like his like foot just caught the ground and he just stumbled a bit. It didn't even look like he was like ready to fucking pass out again. Like he just stumbled a bit over the ref, I think.
It was just a shit show.
But then did you see him afterwards?
Yeah.
Like literally
Happy
they
as
showed like
Larry.
two, and him and his wife are just walking out like
With their badge act. Like.
she's probably just walking out and going like, see, I want a Range Rover.
Away,
Thanks Ben.
walking off into the sunset. Happy days. See, what I said last week was like, if he beats him, you have to give him credit. Like he beat a proper fighter.
him.
I know, but like I don't want this to be happening now. Every time Jake Paul fights someone, it's just there's just a catch. Like fair enough, he won. That's it.
Still hasn't fought a boxer yet.
Right, so
Oh, no.
like to be fair though, he landed a good couple of hits on him, like good,
Yeah.
and you can definitely see that he is improving. But at the same time, it's like, how long, you say like, how long are we going to keep doing this where we keep like making excuses for him, but like how long is he going to keep actually just beating around the bush? Do you know what I mean? Like there's 3 fights he's had and all 3 fights have been like, could you call that like professional boxing?
No,
Like
but
proper boxing?
He can't. He's not going to get a proper fight. Like the boxers aren't going to take it. The problem is like nobody's taking him seriously. Like nobody even took that event last night seriously.
Yeah.
Like the people involved in it didn't take it seriously. Like you can tell Ben Askren didn't take it seriously. It's not like Ben Askren was like actually, like they're not fighting for anything. Like Ben Askren wasn't fighting for like a UFC title. Like he was gaining nothing. He was literally getting paid and he was guaranteed the money anyway. So
I
like
think it was
he had
rigged.
nothing to lose. Like. So
I
he's winning.
100% think it was rigged.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
what's
you
what's
see
gonna happen?
all the, you
really?
see all them footage. You see all that footage of Ben Askren. Literally, like there is footage of him lying on the floor, getting the face trailed off him,
Yeah.
absolutely trailed off him, and then he gets up and wins the fight. And you mean to tell me that?
I'm not saying it wasn't rigged, but it just couldn't be bad. Like every time he fights now, I just feel like there's gonna be an excuse made. I just don't think Ben Askren took it seriously, and you can
No.
see, like you could like it. He went down so easy, like
The,
it just. He
the
just
whole reason he's not fighting KSI or he's avoiding KSI is because he wants to become professional. And like judging by what you seen last night, like he had a lot to do with all that event. Like
yeah.
it's a piss take. in
If
my
he
opinion.
fights someone serious, like we were sort of saying earlier on, like if he fought like the likes of Tommy Fury,
That's the fight
I
you'd
think
wanna
that
see,
would
like.
be the next one. Like if he done that fight, I think that would, and he beat Tommy Fury, he would probably get a lot more respect. And I'd imagine like Tommy Fury wouldn't wanna, but it's like Tommy Fury
would be out
would,
to win, like.
he would be out to win because he couldn't like handle the embarrassment. Like.
Yeah.
Whereas like Ben Askren already was embarrassed because of the UFC like being the fastest knockout or whatever. So he's just used to being made a joke out of, sort of thing. And you could tell he didn't care. Like he didn't care about. Like look at his body, like
No, no.
pure dad bod. Like. He did not give one fuck about that fight.
Did
like,
you even see his
I didn't-
stance? Like?
I didn't know
He
what.
was, yeah, he was like this here.
up, like.
But even his arms,
looked
he
a
was
bit
like this
high, like.
here, as if like
He walked in that ring. I don't know what jiggled
What-
more, Saweetie or his movies.
What about Snoop Dogg though? He's like he's fighting like a 60s boxer with his hands up. Like the way he was like he literally had his hands like this.
He kept calling him 7-Eleven.
Why?
Open 24 hours. He's like that left side is like 7-Eleven. It's open 24 hours, man.
The best thing to come out of his mouth was, damn, these look like my two uncles fighting at a barbecue.
You see the replay of that last night, that clip? Like, that's how, like, shit they were for fucking content and that, like. The replay of that clip of him saying that on it.
I think the music and all just, it's a bad idea, like.
But they got that model on and they were like, what's your predictions? What's your predictions? She literally was just like, Jake Paul round 2.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I know.
Nobody had a clue.
To say that,
But to be fair, the highlight of the night, I think, was Pete Davidson walking around. Like, I love Pete Davidson, but he's just walking around like, I don't like. Did you see at the very start of the match when they showed like a brief overview of like the judges or the commentators, and it was just Pete Davidson blowing smoke into someone's face. He was just
He was not amused.
Okay, was like,
what like the amount of money that would have went into that, like the Justin Bieber and all performing, like all the people involved in it, like
Justin Bieber's voice crack though.
That's right. Holy shit, man,
I
crumbled. Ice Cube was on it as well. Like, what was going on? It's just like, it was like a fucking circus. Like, mental, just mad. Like, the good thing about like Logan Paul and KSI was that like it was done so professionally. Matchroom Boxing done it like an actual promoter, like, done it right. Like a fight had a good undercard, whereas this was just like people on the undercard were fighting. You were like, who is this?
Yeah. Like, did you see that? Were you with the blue haired guy?
Yeah.
He got punched in the dick, but he didn't. He got punched like in the side of like just almost his back, and he pretended that it was his dick, and he lay down and he got stretchered off and all.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was, the whole thing was a fucking joke.
And then the guy at the very start one is like, these two guys are coming out here to settle a beef about a woman in a pub. And you're like, and then your boy after round 1 just walks back to his corner and goes, no, don't want to do it anymore. And they called it off.
What?
Because he just said, no, I'm grand.
At the end of the second, end of the second round, yeah.
Your guy came up and slapped him up, and then he came back to the corner and he was just like, no.
You'd be raging if you had a bet on for them to win in the third round, or like down at the third round, because they were saying that if you had a bet on for like to win second round, you would have got that, because you didn't go into the third round.
Are you serious?
You'd be fucking raging, like, wouldn't you?
I would say he probably had mates who had bets on him in the second round, and he was
like, no, and he didn't.
Fair enough.
It had to be
50-50. But like, looking at it now, when you have the benefit of hindsight, like we were all saying last week, Ben Askren's gonna clean him up. Looking at it realistically now, how stupid were we? Because see as soon as that event started last night, I was just like, he's gonna win.
You said that to me. You were like, this is just so rigged. Something so off about this. It's so dodgy.
I remember saying to him, I was like, something's not right here. Something's not right. Like this is sus. I believe that's the word I said was this is sus.
So you think it was rigged then?
100%. 100%.
Why?
The general, it was just more.
You couldn't have read what happened,
like, and then it's your chance to buy a once in a lifetime NFT. It's just all this like TikTok crap and all this here being shoved down your throat. Like, who was your girl at the start? Like, what talent did she have apart from coming on and shaking her ass and miming? I could have done that. Do you know what I mean? You could have done that.
What's this got to do with the fight being rigged? I'm asking.
Like, I'm saying the whole thing was
so
just like, it was so staged, like from start to finish. Like Justin Bieber and everything. Like, Justin Bieber didn't even know that his set ended. Justin Bieber was for walking off and still had another song to do.
Oh, and the fucking the American national anthem. The fucking there was no sound for the first like 30 seconds of it.
Your girl just came on and I literally was like, Shay, have I turned deaf? And then the next minute she just started like, it was thrown together.
It was terrible. Like,
but I'm saying the fight itself, like the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight, had to be rigged. Like the shots that he's took in UFC, there's no way he just came in and dropped. Like, now I can believe the argument where he doesn't understand the rules of boxing, so maybe there was a bit of miscommunication there with the referee. But the fact of the matter is, like, he just walked off. It's not like he even came up and was like, no, like that like this is what, like, he never even tried to defend himself. He was just like, sorry world, I'm sorry I let you down.
Yeah. He didn't care, no.
He didn't even stay for the like.
He was there for the
belt, though.
Yeah, he was there for the payday. But what belt? Like, what did he win?
That YouTube belt.
Triller belt.
Was it Triller belt?
Yeah, Triller done the whole thing.
Was it?
So stupid, like. Like Triller's like a knockoff of TikTok, and
Yeah.
they're doing fights.
But that's
And they had
most
Dixie
awkward.
D'Amelio and Charlie D'Amelio on. It's
What
obviously
did they do?
just they're like TikTok stars.
Oh yeah,
They
I
were
know.
just standing in the ring.
It was obviously just
Just for the shits and giggles, though.
And they went in and like hugging fucking Jake Paul at the end, and
Yeah,
they
and
keep
then-
him lifting the child and all.
and
And it's
then
like what?
Addison Rae and all, there was footage of her in the locker room and all before like Jake Paul went out and all, and she was sitting chatting to him, but it was just like they videoed it and it was so awkward.
Yeah,
Poor
so
she.
I was like, well, how do you think it's gonna end? And she was like, I think it's gonna be, I think you're gonna get it, Jake. And it's like, what were you gonna say? No, you're gonna get slapped up, mate, while you're sitting in front of
the
him. Like,
dog coming in and like punching him.
Yeah,
and
he's
all.
like, oh!
in-depth analysis.
She's like, Dad, stop.
I know.
Was she not supposed to perform?
who Addison Rae?
Yeah.
I don't even
God.
know. Look.
She's gonna do TikTok dances up on the stage.
But like the fact, like the likes of all that and stuff happened with Justin Bieber, it's just it must have been so badly organised by Triller. Like it must be there if we had.
I genuinely don't think half of them knew what was going on.
It
I
was a fucking
genuinely don't
boxing
think half
ring
of
with
them knew what was
scaffolding
going
around
on.
it. Like
I know.
it
was
was
just
a fucking
mental.
shit show.
If we'd being frankly honest, Dana White, you can come at us if you want for this, but like if we'd illegally streamed it, I wouldn't have been as annoyed. But the fact we actually paid money for it, I was just
£6
like, what
each.
the heck?
We
Like
couldn't get it.
£6 each.
We're absolute losers. We are
We spent
pathetic.
about half an hour trying to find an illegal stream, and I was just like, no, we can't be missing this. We can't be missing this. And what literally were the words out of my mouth 30 seconds after I monzoed you the money and it came on, I was just like, what the heck?
I want my money back.
I want my money back.
What was I gonna say? What do you think's next then for Jake Paul?
I'd like to see him fight Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
Like that, like he can't.
See-
There's no like that's his next step up. Like there's nowhere he can't go fucking horizontal and fight an UFC fighter or something like that. There, he needs to go fight a boxer.
See if he
Yeah.
wants anybody's respect, and like I'm saying this as someone who's not particularly into boxing and is just really getting into it because of all these people coming into it. Like I would say the first proper boxing match I watched was McGregor and Mayweather,
Right.
because I wasn't a McGregor fan, and now that I'm actually watching it, like I'm not that into it, but like I think like the people who are bigly into it, like if Jake Paul wants anybody's respect, he needs to go and actually fight in something that's not organised by him, or he doesn't have an influence in it.
Yeah.
Like he actually needs to go to like someone like a professional, someone who professionally does fights, and
Eddie
like
Hearn.
like Eddie Hearn or something, and say like I want on an undercard
But that there,
to
like,
fight an up and coming boxer
that
and work his way from the bottom to the top. It's just because he has the money and the followers. He's privileged. Like he just thinks he can walk into the top.
the people who done it just done a body. Like the good thing that Eddie Hearn done, like, and I listened to like a load of podcasts leading up to it and all that he was in, and he says like the undercard was like a mix of YouTubers and stuff, because like most of the audience for that Logan Paul one versus KSI was like YouTube, mostly YouTube audience.
Yeah.
So you had a mix of YouTubers as well as like actual fighters, like, so like you're getting to see what an actual fight is like.
Yeah.
Whereas with that, like, I don't even know who was in the undercard of that. Like.
There seemed to be actual
competition.
fighters because they had proper
I would say
fights under the belt.
they just blew their budget out on getting Bieber and all there.
But it's even like in between the fights, it was just like them like licking up the Snoop Dogg and all. Like there was no like, alright, so in this next fight we've got this guy, and like actually talking about the fight.
The
like.
commentary, yeah.
It was so
fucking
bad.
brutal,
Like,
hey.
like your boy off American Idol, that fucking Mario Lopez. Or
Plastic
whatever you
face.
call him.
He
He,
looks
was
like-
shining.
You know what he reminded me of? You know the guy who presents the Hunger Games?
I was just about to say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
wee
Yeah.
freak. Aye.
Fuck, he was creepy looking.
Actually,
In fairness, he
yes.
was probably the best out of all of them at presenting it, like.
But he is like a proper seasoned presenter. Like Snoop Dogg's holding the whole thing together. It's like,
I don't know anything about. Well, not. I don't know much about boxing, like.
yeah.
But them boys knew fucking nothing. Like.
But they weren't like pundits or nothing. Like.
It just didn't. Snoop Dogg, like 7-Eleven. That says it all.
He's funny, like, but it's like. when
But you need the
actually-
funniness
yeah.
along with the seriousness.
But
like,
you actually realise that he is like really fucking holding it together, like
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
and
like.
him half baked, like,
Yeah.
Half baked man's baked
Fucking-
all the time.
full baked.
I think to wrap it up, like, who's the next? Now? Do you think he's gonna go and fight someone else? What's gonna happen?
Aye, Tommy Fury, I'd love to see that. Like.
But he's on about
Mm.
fighting Dylan Dennis and McGregor.
Fuck that.
McGregor's not going to fight him. McGregor won't fight him. McGregor's past that point where the days of McGregor chucking chairs at buses and being sort of out there are done. Like he's matured up now.
That's his. He should
Like
be fighting
this.
Tommy Fury. Like that's his demo. Like Tommy Fury is like obviously watched by a lot of younger audience from Love Island, same as Jake Paul, like the younger audience and from YouTube. Like. That's what who needs to be fighting.
But like Tommy Fury's only starting out as well, so he's like a good chance. Like I don't know if he's a good chance, but it'd be like a similar sort of level of like they've both only really started. I don't really know how do you like describe Jake Paul? Like what is he even skilled? Like after the fight, he's like, oh, I can't believe how easy that was, and you're just like, what was
then
that?
is it going to be, as you were saying earlier, people aren't going to be able to take him seriously if he fights Tommy Fury, because people are just going to be like, oh, Tommy Fury is a reality TV star now.
Yeah.
No, I think
I'll
I'll actually have an actual answer to that question whenever I see Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
Not get in the ring and swing a few punches and right, that's it.
But like Tommy Fury has fought, like I think he's had a few fights and he's won.
That's what I'm
most
saying.
of
Like
them.
if he gets in a ring with Tommy Fury, like realistically, I highly doubt Tommy Fury's gonna get paid off. I could be wrong, but like he doesn't seem like the type of person who would like get rigged. So chances are he's just gonna get in and batter him. Like, and if Jake Paul can withstand a few rounds, maybe more people will respect him.
I don't even know what that was. If you were like the likes of Dylan Donis, if you're likes of Dylan Donis, McGregor or whatever, and you'd seen that last night, and he was looking to fight you, would you want to be part of something?
No way,
Not
Jose.
a chance. No way, Jose.
No way, Jose. Now, someone like me,
Yeah.
if you walked up to me in the street and gives you like, you know,
half a mil
Millions.
for getting a punch.
50 dirt,
lying down.
50 dirt, even 50 dirt.
500,000.
500,000? Okay, you fired.
See, that's the thing. Like people always say, "Oh, he stepped in the ring for a minute and a half." I think Ben Askren literally did step in the ring for a minute and a half. He didn't do any training or anything. Like he literally got paid for a minute and a half work. Like.
Yeah. Well,
But anyway,
wrap it up.
be better.
Be better. So we don't know what's next really.
After
Hopefully
that, I don't
nothing.
even know what life is. Like,
Please don't
anymore.
let Triller produce it again.
No thanks. Malcolm, get
Reassess your situation.
Big Eddie Hernan. He'll sort the whole thing out.
Thank you very much for watching and listening. We'd love to know your opinions. Did you watch the Jake Paul fight? What did you think of it? Was it rigged? Let us know. Get the conversation going. Thanks very much for listening and watching.
Goodbye.
Go with the baddest